Look at this place. It is so lush, so green everywhere. And it's just typical cloud forest. There's this constant moisture feeding this incredible, impenetrable garden.
This place is a huge challenge, both physically and mentally.
I have to share with you something that I'm trying to learn to live with. Land leeches. They get right on the very ends of leaves. They sense that you're coming and they latch on. They're so small, you don't feel them when they land, and then they just crawl around and look for the thinnest parts of your skin and suck your blood.
Leeches have a powerful anticoagulant in their saliva called hirudin. It stops the blood at the bite from clotting. Untreated, it can go on bleeding for days.
They do make me sick. All of a sudden you're bleeding in different places and just this stream of blood are coming out from your arms, ankles, legs.
Any open wound of any kind out here can lead to infection. Another reminder to know thy plants.
The name of this is Siam weed. You can take some of these newer leaves, smash it up. These juices that are in the leaves have a chemical in them that is a coagulant.
The juice counteracts the effect of the leech's saliva and curtails the flow of blood.
For really bad cuts, you can get a lot of this, wound it up, apply it to a wound, and it really helps to stop the bleeding. It's good to know your plants out here. Land leeches and Siam weed, they kind of go hand in hand.
In a place remote as this, plant knowledge can be the difference between life and death.
Look at these big leaves. Pretty impressive. It's called elephant ear. That's because of the shape of the leaves. Thank you.
I can use these to make a perfect shelter.
Yeah. I always look around me and see the kind of materials I have available to me. And I have an abundance of ferns. They're pretty good to sleep on. And then for a roof, these great leaves. I'm gonna make full use of that. And even though I am edging towards the end of monsoon season, doesn't mean that it's not gonna rain. Just lash these leaves together with this bark. You gotta be a little bit careful with these leaves because you don't wanna get the juice on your hands because it'll be very irritating.
Slightly hazardous, but in no time at all. These overlapping leaves have made a completely waterproof shelter.
I love knowing that if it really is gonna decide to rain, I'm gonna be totally dry. Okay, now, while I have light, I am going to try to make a fire.
This fallen tree here gives me an idea that could save a lot of energy.
It's half experimenting and half an accumulation of a lifetime's worth of knowledge of trying to make fires by rubbing sticks together. Now I've got to get this super tight. What's happening is I'm using the advantage of all the mass of this wood and the bounciness of it. All I need to do is just really put a lot of pressure between here and here because they're both pressed against each other really tightly. It'll create a lot of friction. Got to get so hot that it actually will catch the wood dust to ignite and make an ember.
This has always been an idea that I've had. And right here, looks like it might be the perfect place for me to try it out.
It's a little bouncy castle. Here we go. We're getting smoke. Awesome. Lots of smoke. And all I need to do is just keep being on this natural jungle gym. I think it's looking good. Yep. Got a coal. Got a huge coal. I can carry this while this grows. Get myself back to camp. Great, good deal. Hey. So it's still going. Oh yeah, we got fire. There we go. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. So great. Oh, but I don't take this for granted because rubbing sticks together to make fire is never a sure thing.
At last, time to cook those fish.